This week we're going to be talking about battle royales and their massive money-making capabilities and whether it's good for the consumer or good for us. But before we get started, this is One Podcast for Nerds, and I'm obviously your host, Andrew. And with me, as always, is Austin, Nolan, and Bones.
Hey, how's everyone going?
How's it going, everybody?
I'm doing pretty good.
We got lots to get into before we get into the main story, but yeah, let's get going. So before we start, obviously, I have to do the usual intro propaganda. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at the handle One Podcast for Nerds. I'm not super hard on Twitter, but I do post a lot to Instagram, so do keep that in mind. If you'd like to see what's happening, please give us a follow and we'll follow you back. You can also find us on Twitch and YouTube. There you can find the audio of this podcast and some gameplay that either I'm doing or we're doing our Halo playthrough with Nolan. Again, if you like to watch us play random games, that's definitely worth a follow. Austin hangs out also on Twitch too, so you can always talk to him in the conversation in the chat box. And then lastly, you are always welcome to come and support us on Patreon and give 4 amateur podcasters some money to help with production, putting our time to make these episodes. So let's talk about, before we get to the main story of the show, let's kind of talk about like the big news that's hitting the webs this week, the webs as a plural format. Let's cover some hard-hitting information. So Square Enix showed a teaser for Dragon Quest 12, which is dubbed The Flames of Fate, as well as we will be getting a remake of Dragon Quest 3, which will be developed by HD 2D and rendered in the same art style as Octopath Traveler. Thoughts?
Excited about that one. I'm really excited about the remake of number 3. That was my favorite on
called?
the
because all of them have text and like subtitles, right? Like it's not just called Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2, Dragon Quest 3. Like what is it called?
I can't remember.
As somebody who's never played it, because like Octopath Traveler is a very pretty game, right? So like I might even want to check it out.
The Seeds of Salvation.
Seeds of Salvation. So it's a
that's
pirate
Dragon
game.
Warrior. Oh, Dragon Quest 3, yeah. Title Dragon Warrior 3.
Is it like a pirate style?
I've never played it.
No? When did you start playing? Did you
11.
11 is what one you played?
Yeah, that's one I hopped on.
Bones, you might want to turn yourself up a little bit.
Because yeah, I played the first 4 on the original Nintendo. The first one is you're a descendant of Erdrick, who's a great hero. And the second one, you're the descendants of that descendant. Then the third one is actually, it becomes the origin story for the first Dragon Warrior. So your hero becomes known as Erdrick, the Dragon Warrior. And that was a great game. That was my favorite. It had a light world and a dark world, and you could go back and forth between the two of them. And it was the first one that had the job structure, where you could start off as a soldier or a wizard or a priest, and then later on you could change your job, and you got to keep all the attributes from your previous jobs. It was really great. So it was the first one that it was the first RPG that I really grinded on. I never really had to with any of the other RPGs I played, but that one, because I wanted to get all the jobs, I wanted to max out my wizard, then max out my cleric or priest or whatever. They keep changing the names of what they were. At one point, they were called pilgrims in one of the remakes I played.
Well, that's insulting.
Right?
You should for like the podcasting you're planning on doing, you should talk about that because it sounds quite interesting, like the whole overarching story.
It's one of the ones that I've got listed that I've been doing a little bit of research into.
Well, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah, no, I've only played 11, and so, but I mean, I'm well into this. Like, I will definitely buy and play this game, hands down. I mean, anything that's in the Octopath Traveler art style is just beautiful. So that's enough for me. And then also, it's more modernized, so I'm sure there'll be some quality of life game mechanics that have been put in there too that will probably make the game a little more like modernized, easier to play in some aspects.
That's always good.
The originals were really clunky by today's standards, definitely.
Yeah, right. And
most games back then are clunky by
they are
today's standards.
So a remake is going to be really nice to play, especially the graphics, and especially if it goes the same vein as Octopath Traveler with the art layout. It's going to be a beautiful game to play and still have that retro feel. I'm really looking forward to that. I was so excited when I saw that news.
Yeah, just hopefully it's not as boring as Octopath Traveler can be.
No, that one, I tried playing it again, and I'm trying to force myself to get back into it because I want to finish that, but it's tough. That one's a real grind.
No, it's a beautiful game though. Like that's what it has going for it. It's a very beautiful game. So like having that, but it's just it's hard to get into and hard to kind of like it just kind of drags on. Like I think if you could pick one person and have 8 different stories and then meet people that aren't involved in the game, to me would be a little more exciting because then it's like that game has a lot of replayability, but I also know that would take like a lot of work to do. So
Way too much work, and then a lot of it's just too repetitive after a while. That's my only criticism of that game because I do enjoy it.
No, it's a really fun game for sure. So I really like it. Last Thursday we got a state of play which showed some Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West gameplay, and we also got some information on what to expect and what they've added to it. So I know one thing everyone kind of wanted was free climbing, and it seems like we're not getting like complete free climbing. Like what it shows is kind of like you can scan certain areas and they show up in like yellow, like in a yellow paint, and then anything with that area you can climb. You also have a glider, which sounds very similar to Breath of the Wild with your little glider.
Everybody wants to be Breath of the Wild though.
Everyone wants that glider. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, like we got some cool things. So there's like new, you can ride more mounts. You can take over different machines. Like they've added a bunch of new creatures. Apparently, underwater is going to be like a huge like component to this game. So being able to dive underwater and stuff would be kind of really interesting.
When I watched the state of play, when the giant crocodile like robot ran that section was beautiful. Like that's probably the best looking underwater section I've seen in a long time.
So that was the PS5 like gameplay we were all watching.
Did it ever go to PC? The original?
The original came to PC and it's bad.
Yeah, but it's like it makes sense.
Horribly. So I don't know. I'm sure people still got it, but like if you go on Steam or anything like that, it's got hugely mixed reviews. But yeah, we have like old and new characters, new weapons, new armor, and I mean the game just looks beautiful. I don't want to go too much into it because like for anyone who's out there who didn't want to watch the state of play for the reasons of not being spoiled, I agree with you. I actually didn't watch it. I just kind of read very, very mild things about it to not spoil it for myself. I really did like the first one. It took me 4 tries to really get into that game. I don't know why, but it was hard for me to start playing that game and stick with it. And I always fell out like about an hour or 2 into it every time.
I can agree with you. It's the kid section. The kid section when your kid Aloy. Her head is like 4 times the size of her body as Kid Aloy, and it like scares me. It reminds me of like a fucked up like Muppet.
I also kind of just found like it was a really slow start. It got really like if you stick with it, it gets better. Like I find that it just finds its pace, but I find that like the beginning of the game is just really slow. And like I worked really hard to get like the that armor at the like that really good armor that's in like that like underground or whatever. You had to get like the 4 power cells
the
or whatever.
Ancient armor.
Yeah, so I unlocked that, and then the game was just a breeze after that. Like there was no point. So nothing even took down my shield. Like it was ridiculous. But it's a really good game, and I would say that if you didn't get it for free last month, tough loss because it was definitely worth it. So.
Did you guys see the state of play?
I didn't watch it because I didn't want to get spoiled by it.
Oh, well. Then I won't say too much if you guys don't want to be spoiled by it. But
it was just the Horizon Zero Dawn stuff I didn't watch.
The new like dinosaurs, because they're dinosaurs. They're machines, but they're fucking in the shape of dinosaurs. They're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like they all look amazing. Like they only showed 2, right? But the 2 they showed was amazing. Like the environment is destructible.
Yeah,
right. One of the dinosaur like mechs were like running through walls and shit, chasing after her. It was really cool.
Yeah, no, that's a really cool component to add because I mean everything in that game is like fragile and old, so you would think it's pretty brittle and just would easily fall apart with like a bomb or something. It shouldn't take much to take that stuff out. Anyone a fan of Dying Light?
I like the first one.
Well, we got a title release for Dying Light 2. It's called Dying Light 2.
It's not going to come out.
Called Stay Human.
I don't believe it's going to come out.
It's got a release date for December 7th.
Well, but you know when they first announced that game?
No.
Like, I want to say like 3 years ago?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's in development hell.
It was in development hell, I swear to God.
I don't know. I mean, like, we haven't heard anything from like Metroid Prime 4 for like 4 years, and that game
it became a meme in my like online friend group. That's how we're like, oh no, new game, it's gonna be a new Dying Light. We're never gonna see it.
Well, here you go. So Techland premiered a new gameplay trailer that showed off the current state of Dying Light 2 along with a new story synopsis. They went to say that players will take control of Aiden Caldwell, a survivor trying to piece together his past. Jesus Christ. 3 factions are vying for power over the scraps of civilization. Aiden can work for or against each of these factions to help shape your story. But at night, all 3 factions are at the mercy of the zombies. So combat will be tailored to your playstyle, whether that's focusing on melee, guns, or crafting. The world is also full of different NPCs you can choose to ally with or turn against, and looks like Aiden might have to race against time if he wants to stay human. I hate that they put in the stupid title into their release, but whatever. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I've never played Dying Light.
So, me neither.
It was. Does anybody ever play Dead Island?
No, I've seen Dead Island being played, but I've never personally played it.
Okay. It was Dead Island, which was a really fun game. It just was a buggy mess. But they added like a fast-paced parkour and really good like parkour system for a first-person shooter. Like it was really, really good. But like it just once you did it, like, I found there was no like replayability to it. Like there's a reason why they added an expansion where it wasn't parkour. You got to like drive a car, and that was also really cool. But I just never thought it would actually come out. It was, like I said, I'm happy with. Don't get me wrong.
All right, so we have God of War was seemingly leaked, but it wasn't. So like they used the Ragnarok, I believe, title in like a press release. This isn't really huge. It's just annoying. And then Sony went to say that wasn't the official title, and that they went back to using a generic God of War title. I just thought I'd put it in there because I'm pretty excited for God of War. I'm sure Austin is too.
Like yes, Ragnarok. Love that game.
Yeah, the first one was really good. So I'm super jacked for the second one, and I know Nolan will be really into it. I'm sure once he gets Actually, I think Nolan, you'll find the game kind of hard.
It's a game. I do want to try the God of War series.
Yeah.
Once he learns how to play, though, it won't be that bad. The learning curve isn't that bad for it.
No, but it's just like the dodge and go kind of. It's kind of got that Soul style gameplay, but it's not as hard as like a Souls game.
That's true.
So that's just.
I can pick up new styles of gameplay. I mean, last time we played Halo, I was protecting you for a bit there.
Yeah, you weren't puking in the bucket. That's for sure. I mean, it was the first time. Everybody, if you want to see Nolan puke in a bucket while playing Halo, check our YouTube. He's not actually puking, but he does get motion sickness, and it's pretty funny. All right, and so one more too is that we got some Sonic the Hedgehog stuff happening because Sonic the Hedgehog is
Go Hedgehogs.
30 years.
Whoa, chili dogs.
30 years of Sonic the Hedgehog. So there's a new Sonic game coming in 2022. Also, Jesus, my guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's been a long day.
We're a professional podcast.
Yeah, I said amateur. I literally did say amateur. So listen at your own risk.
We're in double digits now. We should be a little more professional than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Andrew. Really drop the ball here.
Yeah, let's see you guys write an episode.
I do write episodes.
Write this episode. No, screw you.
No, screw that.
So there's a new Sonic game coming in 2022. Sega's also releasing a remaster of Sonic Colors and Sonic Origin Collections. Now, I never played Sonic Colors. That was on the Wii U? I can't remember.
No, I just played the original Sonics on the Master System.
Everyone got really quiet on me, but I figured out why.
I don't play Sonic games, so
I love the first one because it was so different, such a new game, new way of playing. Like I loved it. It was so much fun. I sucked at it, but it was great.
I think the last Sonic game I played was Sonic 2006, and what a mess.
So today, not today, but this is from a quote from Kotaku. Today, in celebration of 30 years of Sonic, Sega held a Sonic Central to share what's coming next for the Blue Blur. I've never heard him be called that, so I'm
never.
I'm not really.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Most of the news centered on boring crossover content like Sonic-themed costumes being added to Sega's Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, the official video game, and 2 Point Hospital. But hidden among the rough were a few diamonds. Sonic Colors Ultimate, a remastered 2010 Sonic Colors, is coming September 7th to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The re-releases aren't limited to Sonic Colors Ultimate. Sega's also releasing the first 5 Sonic games: Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic Knuckles, and Sonic CD. I did play Sonic CD as the Sonic Origins collection, but no word on which consoles will be available for. I would probably get the Origins collection. It's really hard to get Sonic 3.
I've never tried to get it because, to me, one Sonic game is the same as the rest.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
And like playing the first Sonic, like I would just play that again. That's all you need. That's the entire franchise, as far as I'm concerned. It's just going really fast through loops, collecting the rings.
And oftentimes you're not even moving that fast.
Well, Sonic 3 had. Well, the reason why is because Sonic 3 had a lot of connections with Michael Jackson. So
Did
there's
it?
a lot of So the Sonic 3 soundtrack was composed by Michael Jackson. Not, I wouldn't say it was composed.
Oh, really? That's actually pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little fun fact.
There's a few songs in Sonic 3 by Michael Jackson, and so there was a lot of licensing issues when it came to re-releasing that game. That's why you don't see it very much.
Makes sense.
I mean, you can, but it's hard. And then, okay, so I saved this one for last because it matters to me the most. Nintendo Switch will probably be released as soon as September, and that's from IGN. So this is a rumor, but it's a report, but it's still like nothing's concrete. A new Bloomberg report, and it's suggesting that the new Switch Pro could be released as early as September or October of this year, with announcements coming before next month's E3. And just
really?
Yeah, so I imagine they're trying to speed it up maybe because of the new consoles. But I mean, before the show, Nolan made a good point being like, they can't even keep up with original demand of like the Switch. So coming out with the Switch Pro is going to be a fiasco and a half.
It will be because like they say. Yeah, but
Andrew, you sell me your old Switch?
Components as what's holding up the PS5 and the Xbox.
Yeah, brother.
But like everything's being held up. It's with my company trying to get people to work from home. Our biggest limitation is the lack of laptops. It's hard to find a lot of laptops these days. There's a lot of electronics are in short supply, and trying to release them where they want to release millions of units of the new Switch, and they're going to have to build millions and millions because the Switch is the biggest selling console last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
In 2020.
Yeah.
So like with that kind of demand, you're going to need to have the supply, and I just don't see how they're going to have that.
Yeah, no,
way too many supply issues.
We're going to have a PS5 Xbox Series X situation happening again, but
depends on the scalpers.
Oh, the scalpers will get them. They're
the scalpers will get them.
They'll get them. No, don't you worry. They'll get them.
It'll be the white whale situation.
This report came out and all their mouths are watering.
They're like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're like, oh sweet, more shit to sell for like 10 times the price it's worth. But yeah, no, I agree that like it'll be a supply issue, it'll be a demand issue. But I mean, I don't know too, right? Like
just buy a regular Switch.
No, fuck that. Buy my regular Switch and then I can buy the new one.
I will buy your regular Switch because it'll be cheaper. But
I'm gonna sell it to you for whatever EB will give me money for. Yeah, sorry.
No friend discount.
No.
Austin, I just want to say again, thank you for my friend discount.
Your friend discount was really good. You felt bad. That's how good friend discount was.
I felt so bad. It's like, here's an extra $50.
I was okay, but I was like, fuck yeah.
You know what? You know what's funny with that transaction is about buyer's remorse. Austin had seller's remorse.
Yeah, I had sellers. You know why? Because they announced Monster Hunter fucking like the day after I sold it.
Yeah, so that's something that happened.
Austin,
I'm not buy a new Switch, Austin. Just buy it. Just buy a new Switch,
Austin.
Buy the Pro, man.
Buy the Pro.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean.
Dude, they have the rocket-powered dragon back. Like, fuck.
Just buy, man. I don't know, dude. Buy a light then.
No, I don't want a light.
I mean, like, what do you play that requires like multiplayer, Like
Monster Hunter. I want to play it on my fucking big screen. Thank you very much.
All right. What's your big screen?
All the Pokemon games that are coming out.
Well, those are not couch co-ops. So I'm just saying, man. I mean,
besides, when we hang out, we always go to your house anyways.
Yeah, it's fair. So none of you really need to buy a Switch. I'll just have one. But yeah, exactly. I don't know. I want it. I really want it. Like Spice Girls song want it. So,
I'll tell you what I want, what I really want.
Yeah. 100%. That's what I want. That's what I want.
I wanna really zigga zigga.
It's like that song by that song that's on like Instagram that I find a lot, the people do on TikTok by what's her name, Dua Lipa. It's like Levitation or whatever.
Levitating.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called.
Marley loves it. It's on my playlist for her in the van.
And she's like, "You want me? I want you. Yeah, I want that Switch Pro. That's what I want." All right, you guys ready to talk about some battle royales? Because I'm over it now. Are you guys ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right. So I guess a good way to start with this is what do we like? What do we categorize as a battle royale? Like, what to everybody makes a battle royale?
Fortnite.
When you got a bunch of people just last man standing or last team standing, that's battle royale.
It's battle royale.
Where you get you have about an island because they're always on an island for whatever reason. Then there's usually around 100 people, and it's a free for all except for like teams of 4 or teams of 2, whatever they're planning on doing that time. I'm sorry, it's just such an overdone thing. Like the amount of times companies that are putting their ideas into battle royales, they could be putting them into like actual games. You know.
Well, we'll get into that because I believe that that's one of the things that's ruining games for me.
I actually will counteract both of your guys' arguments, but for not the reasons you guys probably think I'd counteract them for.
Oh, they're fun. I like them.
So,
there are some pros to it.
Will. Hey! Those are later situations. We'll talk about that later. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Hold that. What
are we talking about right now? We're talking about battle royales.
Well, just what makes a battle royale. What makes a battle royale? I have this in segments, guys. I have this broken down.
All right.
So there's certain topics we're going to work through. So like the first topic we're going to talk about is what are they? The second one is why are they so popular? And the third one, which I believe suits you guys, is does this favor consumers or businesses? Which I think all your guys' arguments is going to fall into that category. But
all right. I think a battle royale is anything where you got a bunch of people competing against each other. Last one standing wins, including. What the hell was it? The whole Tetris online tournament thing. What was that? Was that Tetris 99?
Tetris 99.
That's it.
That was actually pretty cool. I like that idea.
Okay, so
you know what I really loved? Dr. Wario.
Oh, really?
Dr. Wario. I didn't know they even did one.
You don't remember? Oh, I remember that from the original Nintendo. Because I'm older than you guys. I'm the old man here.
I remember Dr. Mario. He was a character in Smash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bo, but like, I mean, could you not classify Smash as a kind of battle royale, last man standing?
No, Smash is a fighting game.
Okay, but it's a battle royale fighting game. Okay, but Tetris is a puzzle game.
I mean, sorry, what?
Tetris is a puzzle game, but I still think Tetris 99 is a battle royale.
Well, they made battle royale Tetris. It's called Tetris 99.
That's what he's just said.
Battle royale is a game mode, not a genre.
No, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say it's both. It's a genre and a game mode. Yes. Respect your elders.
I would say it's a game mode, not a genre, because a battle royale genre would be like Survivor, first-person shooter, exploration kind of style. Adventure. I would say it's an adventure. Yeah, first-person shooter adventure game. I think would make a battle royale, but. I went. Okay, so a battle royale. You guys pretty much hit the spot of how most people, let's say, the common rabble, as you would classify it as a battle royale.
Basic bitch.
Yeah, a battle royale is the last man standing survival game where you are alone or part of a team to collect gear and weapons or rescue or resources. Jesus, at a variety of levels. For example, like you can get gear at like common, uncommon, rare, or epic, or in Apex Legends because that's what I do the most. You have level 1, level 2, level 3 kind of gear. But at the end, you or your team want to be the last ones alive while you are staying in an area that is shrinking. Is how most people classify a battle royale. And in fact,
shrinking area.
shrinking
The
area.
island sinking?
Well,
no,
yeah.
usually there's like some sort of storm.
Or an island sinking would be actually fine. That'd actually be kind of cool because like in a storm you can go into it, get hurt, and come back. But if an island's sinking, you're fucked. Like I mean, you're underwater drowning. I think that's a good idea. If someone's listening to this, that has pull.
Please don't.
Contact
do that.
me. I'll license the idea to you.
Yeah. So in fact, these games are very similar to a book by Koshun Takami, Battle Royale, where it's a book about a group of high school students are taken to a desert island and are forced to kill one another while staying in a zone that continuously shrinks.
The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much, except the Hunger Games is based off of this Japanese novel.
Yeah, no, the Hunger Games are based off that novel. Yeah, because that novel came out in like the late 90s. So like we had Fortnite and PUBG really hit the scene in 2017. We have things like CRSED FOD, which is like basically kind of like PUBG, Call of Duty Warzone, Hyperscape, Apex Legends, Players Unknown, Fortnite, Firestorm, Dying Light, Bad Blood, Zombie Royale, Ring of Elysium, Realm Royale, which I did play for a little while. It's actually kind of a fun game.
Yeah, totally. I looked at it. I got it in the beta.
I did too. Totally accurate Battlegrounds, Darwin Project, which I've never played. Like a lot of these I've played, but yeah, so there's a bunch of them out there. They have Minecraft survival game on here too, but I'm pretty sure that's like these are games you kind of have to pay. They're just modes inside a game. So yeah, like I mean, if you had to choose a favorite battle royale, like do you guys have one of the list? Like, is there one you guys? I mean, Austin, I know you like shitbag all of them, but
I mean, like I was in the Realm Royale beta, so I'll probably say that.
Yeah.
I also did play Apex a little bit, so it's not like a favorite one, but I'd say probably the one I did enjoy the most, that I had probably the most fun with, was Realm, because like the map was that big.
Mario 35, Tetris 99, and Fall Guys. Like, what would we say those are battle royale? I mean, they don't really fit the criteria yet. Some people call them.
I don't think Fall Guys does.
No, I wouldn't say Mario
35 would either, or even Tetris 99.
Well, Tetris 99 is a tournament. So if like all these are tournaments, right? So like are tournaments battle royales now?
Well, yeah. I mean, like they can be argued.
If everyone's competing at the same time, if it's not bracketed like the Final Four in the NCAA, then it's a battle royale. It'd be different if you throw 64 basketball teams on one court. That's a battle royale. It's a tournament when you have brackets. You don't have brackets.
No. If you throw 64 basketball teams on a court, that's called a clusterfuck. That's the difference.
I was gonna say.
I want to see that.
I was gonna say that. I think the common like difference between all of these is that if you die, you can't join that game again. Like if you're dead, you literally have to go back into a new lobby and get into a whole new game, as opposed if you're playing something like Smash Bros. Or like any Halo Online or whatever, like you die, you just respawn and come back until like the game's officially over. But during a battle royale game, you can't join even if the game's not officially over. You can't go back into that game. You're done. You're out of it. And I think maybe that is one common difference between that and most of the games we're talking about, other than Tetris 99, you fail, you're out. Mario 35, you fail, you out. Yeah. So I mean, there's arguments to be made on both sides. I played Pac-Man pretty heavily for a while, the new Pac-Man Battle Royale, and I fingered that one quotation wise. Sorry, that was gonna be weird if I didn't explain the quotations after that sentence. But I played that game really for a long time, and that's actually addictive, more addictive than I found Mario 35, which is weird because I don't really care much for Pac-Man, but I really enjoy that Pac-Man game. You should play it, Nolan. I think you'd actually really like it. It's stupidly fun.
How the hell do you have Pac-Man as Battle Royale?
Okay, so I'm going to explain this because we're on the topic of Battle Royale, and I feel like I can. So basically what it is like your Pac-Man, and then you have your usual ghosts.
Yeah.
And then you have the food that's around you and stuff. So basically the idea is you got to collect enough food, and when you collect enough food, and you have a fruit show up, and when you eat the fruit, a bunch of ghosts, blinking ghosts show up on the side screens. So how you have those pipes on the sides that if you go into one, you pop up the other. Okay, so there's two of those, right? But in between those, there's all these blinking ghosts. And when you eat that, they multiply one of the ghosts you have on the game. And so when you eat one of the big bulbs that turn the ghosts into edible food.
Yeah.
You can actually eat all of them, and then you send them to someone else. And then what happens is occasionally when people send you stuff, you get like other Pac-Mans that come at you. And when you have to eat one of the bulbs to get rid of them, because if they eat you, you're out. And then sometimes there's a red one that shows up. And I don't know how people get the red one on you, but there's a red one that you can't kill. So when you eat a bulb, it like goes stupid and just like goes into the wall, and then you can just kind of go around it. It's a lot of fun, actually. Like you get it really quickly when you play it. You're just like, oh, okay, this makes sense, and you just know how to play it. If you played Pac-Man before, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I played that game for probably 2 or 3 hours, just continuously, and I've came within top 10 every time. I haven't won, but I've came top 10 every single time. So it's a lot of fun. I've KO'd like 5 or 6 people every game, but I mean, out of 99 people.
Oh, now he's getting braggy. No longer impressive.
Yeah, I'm Pac-Man master. Fuck it. Anyways, but yeah, so like I don't know, that's a big discussion to have about battle royales, and like
getting choked up.
Yeah, I was just really getting emotional with all those 5 kills I got. It's just not like me to take people out like that. Fuck you guys. Anyways, all right. So one thing is like why are they so popular? Is a good talk to have.
They're free. Most of them are free.
Most of them are free. Yeah. So it can be argued that they're
easy
popular.
access to children. Children have their parents' credit cards. That's how they make money.
So it can be argued that their popularity is extremely due to the gameplay, and I say that because like there's a lot of
short.
Well, no, but there's action. You have scavenging, exploration, and adventure, right? Like every game you play is a little different. Every game there's like different elements to it in the sense that like nothing's always in the same place. I mean, you can get you can get to know the map pretty well. Like I've played enough Apex Legends to know most of the maps pretty well and where the good shit is and where the bad shit is. But it's different. Like the game is always different in the sense that like you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know like where you're going to end up, where you're going to land. You don't know where you're going to go. Even though you may know the map like the back of your hand, you don't know what's going to happen during this set of, 15 minutes when you're in this world and you're basically trying to survive the best you can. You don't know what's going to go on. And I think it's really appealing. The gameplay obviously is a huge hit too. Like how well is the shooting? Like how well is the movement? Like a lot of things that people take into account of like how is the gameplay mechanics work, is it glitchy and stuff like that. But Austin raised a good point too. It's free. Like for and far most, I would say it's popular because it's free as well. I would agree with him in that sense.
Yeah, but it's also people's attention spans are so short these days. Like God. I watched you playing Apex, and you can play that pretty short amount of time. You can have a number of
Look, man, you don't need to tell everyone on here that I die really quickly, okay? You don't need to say that to the world, okay? Like,
no, airing out his laundry for fuck's sake.
I killed 3 people and then got murdered right after, right? And also, just to point out, that team I had was garbage, all right? And if you're listening to this, garbage, all right? Stick together, stick with me.
Hey,
fuck off.
Don't talk about Bones like that. I watched him play. He's really good.
He didn't play with me that round.
No, yeah.
Don't worry, Bones. I got your back. I got your back, brother.
I played on PC, so I couldn't play with Bones. I mean, I can play with Bones on PC, but I only was here that day.
All the laundry's coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Look,
all the dark secrets.
You and I need to have a serious talk about game. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways,
we're going to the very bottom of the laundry basket.
But yeah, so like I don't know. I do think that like I didn't like Fortnite, and I didn't like Fortnite because the building was stupid. I didn't care for the building part.
Fortnite.
Yeah, it's like Fartnite. Because if you farted in one of your houses, you probably just die on your own. That should be a mechanic in that game, where like someone just builds a house with a little window and you just throw like a fart can in there, and then just suffocate to death without being able to get out.
I mean, it is a children's game, so it makes sense.
There you go. I mean,
the games are popular also though because they keep releasing more content.
Yes. Well,
and they keep them current. Like look at like Apex. We just did a show recently where you introduced the new character Valkyrie. And
and it was season 8, and it was a new, like they modified a new map and stuff like that, new weapons. And
yeah, so there's a lot of new content that's constantly being put into these games. So they're constantly being refreshed, and just there's always more stuff. And people are addicted to collections and collecting things. So every new season they want to play everything that's new. They want to find everything that's new. they want to buy everything that's new. And
Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Why is collecting Pokemon cards cool now when I used to get beat up in fucking school for it? Like, what the hell?
Because a lot of
all the Pokemon cards that McDonald's was handing out the Happy Meals recently apparently were all sent up by
Did you get
grown-ups.
No.
Yeah.
No, fuck. What?
That's the Dutchie.
I just get fries at there for my kids. They don't get Happy Meals.
It's because a bunch of streamers started opening up old boxes on fucking Twitch, and a frenzy happened, and like people are getting shot and robbed and crap over it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, in the parking lot.
They're getting shot
in the parking lot.
Over fucking Pokemon cards.
Yes, Target and Walmart don't sell them anymore because it's too dangerous. People being abused and beat up, and someone actually pulled a gun and
someone pulled a gun,
and then someone pulled a gun and shot someone in a parking lot. In a Target in Wisconsin.
I don't think anyone was actually shot.
Oh, okay. That's America. That's different.
I don't think. Wow. Well, that's like half our listeners.
What? So, I thought half our listeners were from fucking like Denmark.
Belgium.
My fucking Belgiumite. See, I remember you.
We lost all of them too now.
All my little muscles from Brussels.
Yeah. Oh my God. Please spread the word, everybody in Brussels. Please. That's awesome. Anyways, I don't think anyone. Okay, so first off, to clarify, I don't think anyone got shot. And also, it's not just Pokemon cards; it's like hockey cards and any trading cards you can get. And it's all
Magic the Gathering, all of those.
Yeah, it's all. Well, Magic the Gathering's never really stopped, but yeah, it's anything you can trade is now like the new, and so just spread the words to your friends to listen to us.
My Pokemon card.
anything to get listeners, guys. Anything.
So dumb. What does the world come to?
I don't know, but your reaction to this is worth it, so it's fine.
Just dumb.
I was also I just also want to touch on, now that we've talked about that whole situation. I actually just want to touch on with Twitch. Do you think because of Twitch, like certain games become more popular, and for instance would be Battle Royale?
Oh, definitely.
Like, do you think Twitch had a huge hand in that? Because it's really hard to. I did like research. I'm not gonna say like I did study like schoolwork research on this, but I looked into it, and it's really hard to find if like anyone can conclusively say that like Twitch streaming has done a lot for battle royales.
I don't know what battle royale is. It's maintained a lot of interest in other games.
The reason for battle royale is because like, how did Ninja become the world's like greatest streamer, like the world's most watched streamer? Because of battle royales.
No. Actually,
right?
I will say, no. Actually, he was popular before like Fortnite actually came on the scene.
Was he? What was he? Yeah. What did he do?
I think just streaming in general. It was just
games. But he was popular. But was he the most popular? Really?
Yeah, he was one of. I would say he's one of the most popular before Fortnite came out. And I think Fortnite maybe launched his career. I think it made him more, like to a whole new level. I would say like Battle Royales probably did more for him than he did for them in a way. I don't know. It's maybe mutual to that degree, but yeah. So I felt like that was a valid like viewpoint in the way that I think Twitch has a lot to do, even not even just with Battle Royales, but with games in general. I think maybe whatever is what's being streamed. Among Us, yeah, that was a big one too.
Especially when a lot of high-profile politicians started playing that on Twitch.
Yeah, but that took a while. But I mean, like, yeah, like AOC.
It's just easier.
It is easier.
And Jagmeet Singh, they were playing together.
Yeah, I watched that actually. It was really interesting. Man, he's old.
Is he?
Do you know how old he
is?
He looks young. Do you know how old he is?
I thought he was in his late 30s. That's old to you, I know, but
well, I meant like compared to what he looks like, he is old.
He looks like he's 25.
Yeah, he's 40.
All right, so
he's in his like. My age. You look young too for your age. I don't want to like. I don't.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nolan. Have you been working out?
Yeah, man, you look good, dude.
I know. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh, it's sexy.
From the shoulders up.
I mean, unless anyone's gonna actually watch this on Patreon, I can say whatever you look like, so it doesn't really matter.
No, I got a baby face. I shaved this off, and I'm 12. Bald.
Yeah, but that's for most people.
I trimmed mine because my mask kept shoving the hairs up my nose. So
Say that, bro. Same. That's the same reason I shave too. I hate it, and I have to wear my mask all day, every day.
I just want to say to everyone that's listening to this, we don't talk that much like Californians, bro.
I do though.
Bro.
I run a record store. I have to. It comes with the territory.
Bro. That was amazing. All right, so here you go. Okay, this is a big.
William Shatner is getting a sex change,
dude. Okay, real sideline, real quick though.
Do Pokemon cards lead to deaths? Yes.
And William Shatner. But do you guys know how old William Shatner is?
He's 79.
He's 90.
Old as time.
90.
He's 90. Have you seen a modern photo of William Shatner at the age of 90?
No.
No.
But he's on the fucking radio all the time still.
Dude, he's
everywhere still.
Man, he is good looking for 90. Like, that guy looks like he's probably 67 years old, hands down. I'd like to know.
Going, hey, William Shatner, hit me up.
Yeah, tell me your secrets. I want to look at that age.
Hey, the queen is single.
Yeah.
William Shatner, man. There you go.
William Shatner, the Duke of England.
So anyways, so you guys want to do, like, does this favor consumers or businesses? I know you guys want to have a huge conversation about this, so let's talk about it.
Business.
Okay, why business?
The amount of so the amount of microtransactions they can put into them, right? Like, for example, how much money do you think for the Fortnite Fortnite literally made Epic, like the what is it called? The conglomerate they are now, because Epic before that was doing a little game called Paragon, which I loved, right? And it was a MOBA and it was dying. So then they put out Fortnite, which was originally a building game. Just in case you guys didn't know, the Battle Royale was actually a side game, but it became so popular to it like eclipsed the main game. So for the amount of money they make off of that, of course it's going to favor the business more than the consumer, because we're consumers and we're paying them money for a free game.
Now, I agree, but at the same time, like, if you look at Blizzard, they haven't put out a game since like forever, man. Like, just fucking come on and just put out Diablo 4. But they make so much money off of their Battle Royale game. What the hell's that called now? Wait, they don't do it Apex. Anyhow, but like, they make all the revenue right now.
Well, okay, so it's Blizzard Activision.
Yeah.
EA owns Blizzard Activision. So
yeah, sorry, EA. Yeah, okay. They're making so much money off of that they don't have to keep putting out new games. And they just keep putting more content. And they're keeping all the developers, all their programmers busy, making new content, making new seasons, stuff like that, which is how they keep getting life out of Diablo 3. And that's great for the consumer if that's all they want to play. But I still want to play more. I want a more variety of games. It's great for the consumers because if you have a game that you love, like Andrew loves Apex, they're going to keep putting more content out, and he's going to be able to enjoy that game longer and longer and longer and longer. I don't think it's as great for a consumer like me because I want more games. I want them putting out more kinds of games. Like when I was a kid, there were hundreds, thousands of games to play. And I don't know, I think one of the other benefits, like one of the good things for the industry though, is it does bring more, like, I think there's probably a bigger number of developers or programmers out there making games or making content for games. I don't know. I get bored of a game long before I can play season 35 of Diablo 3 unless I only got to Diablo 3 around season 32. But I don't know. I'm just not into that.
I'm going to say you both are right. And that I think it's hard to say who it truly favors because, like, on one hand, you have a free game that people choose to spend money on. They don't have to spend money on. Like, think of a Destiny 2. So you can buy the base game for free, but then you have to buy, all the expansions.
I paid for all those expansions. I paid for the game when it was cost money.
So
I was deep in there already before it became a free game. So don't even throw that there.
I know. So anyway, so you have that. But, like, I also think that, and I can say this, that doesn't mean it's true. I just think that it'd make the most sense in the sense that, like, Fortnite made $3.5 billion. Yeah, okay, they made money. They made Epic a lot of money, but why not funnel some of that money into a new game? Or like Apex Legends makes EA a lot of money. Why not funnel that into a studio to make a new game? Like, I think it can be both. I think it'd be good for both, and I think it does make a lot of money, but it brings in that money to make new games. EA is a bad example because they like to hoard the money, I think, and I'm sure us and a lot of listeners agree with that.
I do.
But like I mean, it can be used for a lot of good, and like I mean, EA has Apex Legends and has Warzone, right? They have two, like they have like probably one of they have Call of Duty, the biggest franchise in gaming, right? They own that. So I mean, they have lots of money that they could put into a lot of new games. But I mean, it is free, and people choose to, it's free in the sense that like you can play the game. Anything you spend money on doesn't make you better at it. It doesn't give you an edge. It all it does is just make your guy look different, or gives you a different looking weapon, even though everyone has that same weapon. Yours looks different. So I don't think there's lots to gain, and I think it's a lot by choice. Loot boxes are kind of a garbage concept in all of these games, but I mean, like they're in everything now, so it doesn't truly matter. But I agree, and I agree with both of you. But I think I guess I can't really say much because it depends on the developers actually taking that money and doing something fun with it, right? Like monetization is the future. Like any game that's going to come out is going to have some amount, like DLCs or monetization, right? Like it's a game you spend $80 on, and then 3-4 months down the road, there's another $20 they want you to spend on some new map or character or whatever, right? It's a lucrative business. And
it is, and like I take my kids into Toys R Us, and you can buy Fortnite Nerf guns, or all the Fortnite toys
costumes of
like,
Halloween.
My record company even does it.
Yeah, and I saw when I was there when you were selling a bunch of them.
It broke my heart the first time, but then I made a fuck ton of money, and I was okay with it. I was like, this is gonna help. This is gonna get me a bonus at the end of the year.
Oh, there you go. So now he is the business.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm the business in that situation. But when I'm the consumer, it's bullshit.
But I mean, I guess then it gives the players a chance to be feel like they're part of a much bigger community.
Well,
because
I mean, gaming itself is a large community. It just depends what game you're into, right? Like look at Discord. Like there's a community for everything. So it just depends. It depends what your poison is, really.
Just
after having this conversation, I think now maybe I am more on the business side, and when I came at this with like an equal view, I think maybe it does favor more businesses a little more than consumers, but I also think that it's a consumer choice to spend that money. So
it's always going to be consumer choice, but if you're going to wave something shiny in front of people, it's that they're like, yeah,
cosmetics though. It's cosmetics.
Yeah, but
cosmetics is consumer choice. It's not like, I mean, you don't have to pay for the seasons. So
no, no, that's what I mean though. But you're waving something shiny, being like, yeah, you see how cool this character looks. You could be this character. Right?
Well, that stuff's normally free though. Like that stuff comes with the game. Like I've never had to buy a new character. You can, but
yeah, but
I've never had
so
to.
even then, like for example, the new characters, right? You're right. They do come with the game, but like for example, then they're like, well, this character looks normal, but you could have this outfit that makes him look like an emperor, and this emperor is dope, right? So it's just like instead of a new character, it's a new shiny fucking outfit. Right? It's just waving in front of your face. That's all.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I got nothing left to say on this, so I don't know if anyone else has anything left to say on this.
All right, ship it out.
All right, we're shipping it out.
You're cracking.
So email us at onepodcastfornerds@gmail.com. That's number 1, number 4. Let us know what you think about battle royales, and or if you have thoughts on anything that we discussed today, or if you're excited for Horizon Zero Dawn or anything like that.
You know what I'd like to see in some battle royales is just
a shrinking island.
Any and all characters from anywhere. It could be anything.
Anything?
It could be a movie like a pop culture icon.
So like Ready Player One, but as a battle royale.
I haven't saw that movie, but
I was talking about the book because the book actually has a lot more than just Universal properties.
Okay, well, yeah.
There you go. Well, I mean, Fortnite does that though.
That is true. He's not wrong with all the licensing that they've got.
Fortnite had like Star Wars characters, Marvel characters.
Well, they kind of. I'm
DC characters.
More like
DC characters.
Better, like more realistic, kind of like better graphics.
Yeah, you don't like that cartoony graphics?
No.
Like I mean, Call of Duty's doing all these like old '80s action heroes.
Yeah, that's right.
The only reason why I know that is because the ad keep popping up every single second. Like, you can play as Rambo.
Yeah, I remember reading that. I'm sure there's gotta be something you gotta do though to get Rambo. Like it's not like something you could just turn on and play.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool
So
if it was.
So their abilities are more like distinct. Like they're better.
So it's not like,
showcased, you know what I mean?
yeah, well, like I mean, like Apex Legends, yeah. So all the characters have like an ability. That's not the case for a lot of battle royales. It's mostly just like I think like what it was like you could be Thanos in Fortnite and you can just laser everybody. I guess was one. Like that was
Yeah,
one
but that's
thing
a
you
game
could do.
mode. That was a game mode.
Yeah, so like it's not like they don't really come with it. It's just to play as the character, and you probably have like the witty like '80s like movie lines. Like, get to the chopper.
That would be pretty dope.
And
I
when you
think
die, it's
like
like
some of
good
them
luck.
have like special animations, right? Because
Yeah.
I think I might be wrong. It might have just been somebody like fucking around on the computer, but like John McClane is in it.
Oh my
From
God.
Die Hard, and he has like a fake surrender kind of thing like that from the first movie.
Oh, really?
Rambo has like a bow. You know what? Like since we're talking a fucking police car off a ramp into a helicopter and live free and die hard, like he wasn't the everyman anymore. He's not an everyman.
There's actually like a YouTube video that like shows every time he like how many times he would die in that movie.
Really? I'll have to watch
like
it because that sounds
it's
like
just
something
like
I would
it
watch.
actually does it. It does it for all action movies. Like when they get hurt and be like, oh, he's got like a fractured this, or he like internal bleeding here, or like a concussion here. He'd be dead, and like it just like counts every time they would have died in an action movie. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I watched one. It was pretty funny. I think John McClane dies like 7.5 times.
Ah,
I mean,
Yeah.
he's one guy against a whole terrorist, so makes sense.
But anyways, yeah. So you can always find us on every Tuesday on major platforms, and you can watch the video version of this on our Patreon account for starting in June, $2 a month. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, we will not be streaming Halo this week because we have other plans, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry everybody. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. But you would come in the chat, so you have to apologize to letting all those people down that you talk to every day and all the time. So
myself.
Yeah, basically. Anyways,
the one person that came in to wish Nolan a happy first trip through Halo.
Oh, me Nathan. You even got my name wrong. You remember that? You go Nathan. Andrew's like, hey,
and then he left.
I just called you Nathan.
I won't apologize, but I will say hollow cheese.
Oh yeah, and please look forward to Instagram photos of the cup that we're gonna sell. So,
oh yeah,
it looks so good.
Yeah, so I will post Instagrams about that, and then we'll tell you guys where you can find those in June.
Once I get one, I'll be holding it. I'll prop it up so it's right here in the shot.
And I might release.
I'm so excited about that.
Mug. It's the perfect size mug. It's glossy.
Perfect.
It's white.
I will actually release. I think I'm gonna release one video of our podcast a month on the YouTube channel. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I think so.
So I'll release one of those one episode a month of whatever, so you can choose to watch the video version of that episode. Have a good week, everybody, and please look forward to all the cool stuff we have coming down the pipeline.
And that is one podcast for nerds.
All right, guys. Playing the outro. See y'all later.
Bye.